Hello, welcome to Yoga for Boomers and Beyond. I'm your host and yoga instructor, Nancy Boyle. We'll be practicing, as always, with the aid of a chair to make poses accessible for individuals with physical limitations. Today's practice will focus on seated and standing sequence to help relieve aches and pains in commonly troublesome areas such as the neck, shoulders, low back, and hips. An all-inclusive practice designed to help you find more mobility and strength and bring you into the day feeling more freedom of movement, less pain, and lots of energy. So let's get started. So once you settle in your chair with the feet flat on the ground and the spine nice and long, we'll begin a centering breath. So allow the eyes to close or let the gaze go softly down towards the ground or towards your lap. Let your hands rest on your lap, palms up or down, whatever feels most natural to you. And from there, bring your awareness to your breath. Noticing as you breathe in and out through the nose the quality of the air that comes in through the nostrils. Maybe it's moist, maybe it's dry, cool or warm. Whatever you happen to observe, just beginning to notice, connecting mind and body. And then watch the breath as it comes into the belly, to the space right behind the navel. You might even rest your hand there and let the belly expand out into the hand and then retract away from the hand as you exhale. A nice rhythmic movement, expanding and contracting. And you might notice whether or not the breath feels full and deep down into the belly, and then up into the low ribs, up into the top of the lungs. So see if you can fill out the breath where you find it might be shallow. Just beginning to fill up just a little bit more with each breath. And letting the breath leave as you exhale, draw the navel into the spine. So as we become fully present before we begin the practice, just bringing mind, body, spirit together in one place. You know, we spend so much time scattered. These days, our mind one place, our body another. So our yoga practice helps us to collect everything, gather ourselves together. So continue to breathe mindfully. And we'll be doing seated practice today for the shoulders and the upper back, lower back. We'll be doing some standing poses as well that will work on the hips. So letting go of any particular technique for the breath, just letting the breath be natural and full. Let the eyes flutter open, and we'll begin some movement. Beginning first of all with the joints. It's always good to get those joints lubricated. So let's begin with the neck by drawing some circles, sitting nice and tall, and as if you have a pen on the end of your nose, bringing those circles to the wall in front of you without bringing the head too far back. You don't want to crunch the back of the neck. 5 or 6 circles in one direction, and then bringing the circles in the other direction. Coming to stillness, leveling the chin to the floor. Begin rolling the shoulders. So we'll do alternate shoulders, one arm forward and then the other. It's almost as if you're doing the crawl down the length of a pool. So bring the upper body and the backs of the shoulders into it. You can let the torso move freely with the rolling of the shoulders. And then pausing at some point that feels right and reversing as if you're now doing the backstroke. We're swimming the length of the pool here. Feels good. We're warming up those back muscles. Coming to stillness here, then bringing the forearms together, interlacing the fingers, and begin to make figure eights with the wrists. So lubricating into the wrists, getting the synovial fluid flowing, switching directions when it feels right. So when you feel satiated, satisfied in one direction, move in the other direction. Nice. And then walk your feet, about as wide as the legs of your chair. We'll start to get into the hips here. So hands on the thighs. Begin to make big circles, rotating the torso around in big, slow circles. And you might even bring opposite shoulder to opposite thigh as you come through the front. That gives a nice stretch through the back body. It's beginning to wake up the low back, a nice stretch in the low back. Switching directions here again when it feels right, when you find a stopping point. So this should feel really yummy. So you don't want to go so far that it's not yummy. Always paying attention to what's going on in your body. Then coming to stillness, we will bring our our left leg, up into our chest. So my body parts get confused sometimes. I'm always referring to them so often. Sometimes I just get them mixed up. So you know what I mean. Bring the thigh in and begin to circle the ankle. Nice big circles here. And bring them into the opposite direction. Point and flex. And then lower that leg. Bring the opposite leg in so the right leg hugs in. Give it a really good squeeze. You're getting a nice stretch through the low right side of your back here as well and through the right buttock. So you want to let that be enjoyed. Recognize it, notice it. And then begin to circle. So the practice of yoga is about awareness as well. So you dive inside and feel the movement in the body. How does it feel? What's tight? What's stiff? What needs to be lubricated or moved or stretched? Or maybe even strengthened. And bring that leg down to the ground. Bring your feet about as wide as the chair legs. Once again, hands on the thighs. We're going to do some cat and cows. So as you lean forward, the elbows bend. The heart lifts and the shoulders draw back. On your exhale, round the back to the back of the chair, tuck the chin, and just let that movement flow through the spine. Nice undulation in the spine here, a little cat and cow. And then coming to vertical, we'll come into two simple sun salutations. So the arms are down by your sides. Inhale, the arms sweep up. And exhale, come to cactus arms. Inhale, take a little lean. And exhale, hands to the thighs. Reach the heart forward. Nice stretch for the low back. Bring the hands to the ankles. Let the head traction the spine. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Reach the heart forward. And exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms wide. Draw the navel into the spine to connect those core muscles. Bring the arms up and exhale the hands to the heart. Bringing ourselves up again and exhaling into cactus arms. Taking a nice lean forward and gliding those hands to the thighs and then all the way down, tractioning the spine with the weight of the head. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And exhale, fold once again. Inhale, the arms sweep wide, come all the way back up. Exhale, the hands to the heart. Beautiful. Nice job. Hands back to the lap, toe heel the feet so that the knees are in line with the hips. We'll just do some movements for the shoulders. So take a nice breath in, and on your exhale, take the left ear down towards the left shoulder and extend the right arm down. Just let the weight of the arm get a nice stretch through the right side of the neck across the top of the shoulder and down. And then begin to play with turning the thumb up and back, and then turning it up and around. So we're just bringing a little bit of movement into that shoulder at the same time, getting a different kind of stretch through the neck and the top of the shoulder at the same time. Pause with the palm facing up. And then bring the head back to neutral, right hand on the right lap, right ear just tilts down towards the right shoulder, spine stays long, left arm comes out to the side, a little bit of an angle here. And then begin to rotate. So explore sensation from the side of the neck through the top of the shoulder, right into the shoulder socket as well. Continuing to breathe, letting the palm come up, thumb face back. Bring the head back up and bring the hand back onto your lap. Now bring your arms out to the sides. Bring your hands to cup your shoulders. And as if we're a little baby bird, it's springtime now, so a little baby bird flapping its little baby bird wings. We're going to bring the elbows up, stretch through the side ribs, bring the forearms against the ribs as the elbows point down. So at the same time, you're keeping the heart open by keeping the elbows drawing back slightly. You want to feel this through the front of the chest as well. Getting a nice opening through the shoulders in a different way. And then we're going to bring the elbows up as high as the shoulders. We're going to clap the elbows together. So on an exhale, bring the elbows together, and on an inhale, let them come apart. Press them back. And then on your exhale together, and inhale, open. Exhale, bring them together, and inhale, open. Last time, exhale, bring them together. And then bring the hands down onto the lap. Coming into the back, the upper back, through the top of the trapezius muscles, we'll bring our arms out nice and wide, and then take your right arm over your left. So you're stacking your elbows, and you have some choices here. You can take opposite hand to opposite shoulder. You can take backs of arms to backs of arms, backs of hands together. Or if it's available to you, you can intertwine the forearms, bring the palms face to face. Sometimes this is a bit advanced, so find the one that works for you. I'm going to stay with the backs of my arms together, lifting the elbows, pressing the forearms together. So this is eagle arms. Let the chin tuck, and really pay attention to the sensation in the back of the neck, across the top of the back, right through the top of the shoulders. Beautiful stretch for the back of the shoulders here. Inhale, open up, reach wide, and then we're going to cross opposite. So left elbow on top of right. Again, opposite hand to opposite shoulder, forearms back to back, or interlaced palm to palm. Elbows come high and the forearms press away from you, unless your hands are on your shoulders, and then just tuck your chin. So as we press the forearms away and lift the shoulders up, we're going to drop the chin as well, coming into this beautiful stretch. And then opening up the arms nice and wide and bringing the arms down by your sides. Nice job. We're going to work our hips a little bit here. We're going to do some hip circles. So root your right foot down into the ground. Lift your left foot off the ground, knee stays bent, and hold on to the back of your thigh. And as if you're drawing circles with the wall in front of you with a crayon right on your knee, we're going to let the shin dangle very relaxed down. It doesn't do anything but just kind of come along for the ride. And we're going to make those circles with the knee. We're making the movement come from the hip socket. So right in that ball and socket. Now you know, only you know your own body. So if you have any reason for this not to be done, if you've had any doctor's advice not to do this, then by all means don't. But if it's available to you and it's pain-free, it's a great way to lubricate that hip. So I've just moved my leg so my circles are going in the opposite direction. And then hug that knee into your chest, give it a nice big squeeze, and then let that foot come down to the ground. Take the right foot up, give it a nice squeeze, and then bring the hands behind the thigh. We'll do this other side. So again, the shin stays quiet, just kind of stays right where it is, comes along for the ride as you're drawing circles with your knee. And then switch direction. Slowly you can make the circles larger, and just explore your own limits. And then hug that leg in, give it a really nice squeeze. Beautiful. And then bring that foot down. Nice job. We'll do one more round of seated sun salutations before we come to standing. So here we go. Arms down by your sides. Inhale, the arms sweep up. And exhale to cactus arms. Inhale, lean. And exhale, glide the hands forward over the knees and down. Traction the spine. Nice, beautiful stretch for the low back. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Keep the navel drawn in. We're working our core here, building strength there. And exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms wide. Keep the spine long. Come all the way up and exhale your hands to your heart. And then back by your sides one more time. Here we go, out to the sides and up. And exhale, we'll come to cactus arms. Inhale, we'll take a little lean, and exhale, glide over the top and down. Inhale, lift and lengthen, nice long spine. And on your exhale, fold. Inhale, we'll sweep the arms wide, come all the way up. And exhale your hands to your heart. So we'll pause here for just a few breaths and just notice the effects of the movements in our chair before we stand up. So we'll be getting up by really working our thighs in just a moment, but first let's just take a moment to dive in and see how we feel. Maybe the body's a little warmer, maybe the heart's beating a little more quickly. You might even feel a little bit different flow of energy, a little subtle energy moving maybe more freely. So unless we stop and pause and notice, these things sometimes pass us by. We don't appreciate this beautiful effect of the practice. So pausing here. So we're going to find our way to standing, and we're going to do it while we're working our legs. You know, I heard a Chinese proverb while I was away at Kripalu in the month of February, and it went, disease comes in through the mouth and age comes in through the legs. So it's really important to keep our legs strong and healthy so that it keeps that bounce in our step. And a great way to do that is to do squats. So we're going to be doing some standing up and sitting down right into the chair. If you have difficulty standing up, if you're sitting in a chair that has arms, that's great. You can use those arms to lean slightly forward and push yourself up. So if you need that help, that's perfectly fine. You can even hold on to the sides of the chair, lean forward, and press yourself up. You want to get that weight coming a little bit forward. But if you can do it without that assistance, and you want to really strengthen these legs, and even if you use the aid, just doing it is going to help strengthen your legs. But for a little more intensity, take your opposite hand to opposite shoulder. Draw your belly in. We really want to use the core muscles here. Walk your feet slightly back so that when you look down, you cannot see your toes, so they're not out in front of your knees. And we're going to do this 20 times. So we're just going to lift up and sit down. Make sure the chair's there, and if you have a mat underneath your chair, that can make sure it doesn't slide, or maybe the chair's against a wall, make sure it doesn't slide away from you. So here we go. That was 1. We'll count that one. Here's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we're halfway there. 11, and always take a break if you need to. 12, make sure you really need to. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, almost there, 18, 19, 20, and let's sit down, take a nice breath in, and sigh it out. Good job. So now we're just going to make it so easy, just stand up. Beautiful. And we're going to do some standing movement. So we're going to begin by doing a spinal wave. Great thing to be able to do for yourself while you're standing. So take your feet, about hip width distance apart, a little bend in the knees, bring your hands onto your thighs. And we're going to tuck the tailbone in and then wave like a wave. We're just going to undulate the spine. Takes a couple of times to kind of get the movement, but we're undulating, just letting that beautiful undulation move through the spine from the tailbone up to the shoulders. A great way to get that spinal fluid moving. And then come to standing. Great. And so we're going to do some simple forward sun salutations, very simple movement. Standing with your feet about hip width apart. And if you want the chair to be nearby so that you can fold towards it, you can do that. Or you can be far enough away so that when you fold forward, it'll bump your head. So just be careful. Inhale, we'll sweep the arms up. And exhale, a little bend in the knees, folding from these hip creases. So not rounding, but lengthening the spine, folding forward, touching the ground if possible, or the chair. Inhaling the hands to the thighs, elbows point back and the heart reaches forward. And on your exhale, fold. On your inhale, the arms sweep wide as you come up, and exhale your hands to your heart. So we'll do one more. Inhale, sweep up, and exhale, a little bend in the knees as you lengthen the spine and fold from those hip creases. Inhale, lift and lengthen, hands to the thighs, elbows point back, and then fold. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up, and exhale your hands back to your heart. Beautiful. And we're going to stand the long way on your mat. So because we are going to be coming out and spreading our feet wide, so we want to have that mat underneath our feet. So I'm going to go through a little series, a little flow of movement here. So standing with your feet rooted down, arms by your sides. On your inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. And then holding on to the right wrist with the left hand, take a little lean over to the left. Inhale, come back up, switch hands, and exhale, go to the other side. Inhale, arms reach up, and exhale, we're going to step the left foot out, toes are going to turn out, and we're going to sink down and come into cactus arms. So this is called goddess pose. On the inhale, we're going to come to star. So we're going to reach the arms up, the legs are wide. And on an exhale, we're going to lean to the right. And then we're going to come back to star. And on the exhale, we're going to, oops, that was the left. And then we're going to lean to the other side. And then come back out. On an exhale, sink back into that goddess pose. Inhale, come all the way up. On your exhale, right hand comes down to the left leg, so we're coming into a forward twist. Inhale, come back up. And exhale to the other side, left hand down to right leg. Inhale, come back to star. And exhale, sink into cactus. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, bring the feet together. Bring the hands to the heart. Beautiful. We're going to do that one more time before we finish up the practice today. So arms are by your sides, feet are rooted down. Inhale, the arms reach up. Hold on to the right wrist with the left hand, and exhale into that side bend. Inhale, back up, switch hands, and exhale into that side bend. Inhale, reach up. And on your exhale, step your feet wide, turn the toes out, come into cactus arms and bend the knees, goddess. Inhale, straighten up into star. And exhale, take a lean to your left. Inhale, come back up. And exhale, take a lean to your right. Inhale, come back up. And exhale into goddess. Inhale, straighten up into star. And exhale, right hand down to the left calf or ankle, wherever it will go. Inhale, back up to star. And exhale to the other side. Inhale, back up to star. Exhale, sink into goddess. And inhale, straighten up. And exhale, step your feet together, palms touch. And exhale your hands to your hearts. Nice job. Beautiful job. So just one more time, pausing and noticing. Body temperature maybe has warmed, heart rate maybe has quickened. And maybe the energy is moving even differently than when we were sitting and moving. And when you're ready to open your eyes, go ahead and do that. And then come back to your chair. So we're going to sit down and find our way into shavasana. So find that place. Now, if you would like to come down onto the floor, if you know how to get down there, if you're comfortable getting up and down, go ahead and lie on your mat or lie on the floor with a blanket, pillow. But if you're going to stay in your chair, find it and find your seat. So we'll find our way to the chair. Coming into shavasana in a seated posture, we'll just kind of let the buttocks kind of scooch forward, let the legs extend long, let the hands rest on the belly, the shoulders relax down. You might even put a little pillow below your low back just for support. So we've done work on our neck and our shoulders, we've stretched the low back. We've done a little bit of work for our hips. We've touched on many, many body parts. So as you sit in this posture of shavasana, you might just explore the ankle, knee, hip, shoulder, neck, all those places that we work. Just rest your awareness there point by point and notice perhaps some subtle energy you might feel there. Allow the body to get heavy. Just sink into the support of the chair or the floor, if that's where you are. Resting in shavasana. Allowing the quiet and the stillness to rejuvenate you, get you ready for the day. Allowing everything to settle in. When you are ready to come out of shavasana, when you've had enough rest for yourself, you can bring a little bit of awareness back to your breath, maybe deepening it. Bringing a little movement to the body, wiggling the fingers, the toes, circling the wrists and the ankles. Drawing yourself back up. Getting ready to start your day with a little bit more energy, perhaps a little bit more mobility, a little bit more bounce in your step. I hope you enjoyed the practice today. I hope you share it if you did. I hope you do it again. You can watch it over and over. So until next time, namaste. Thanks so much for practicing with me today. In our next episode, I'll be showing you how to move from the chair down to the floor onto a yoga mat, where we'll practice some poses on our backs and on our bellies. I promise to show you how to get back up as well, so don't miss that one. If you like today's practice and you know someone who might benefit from it, I hope you'll share it with them by hitting the share button below. You can also hit the subscribe button to be notified when new videos are posted to this channel. A link to this video and other information about the benefits of practicing yoga can be found on my Facebook page. And the address and link to that Facebook page is also shown below. I encourage you while you're there to share your feedback as well. Tell me what areas of the body I could focus on that would be most helpful to you. I hope you'll join me next time. Until then, namaste.